Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Lauren. I'm going to be taking you through this 40-minute Vinyasa to Yin hybrid sequence. It's one of my absolute favorite flows to go through in my personal practice. I'm really happy to be bringing it to you today. The first half of the class is going to be a dynamic, strong Vinyasa flow. It's going to increase our heart rate. It's going to help strengthen and lengthen our muscles. While the second half of class is going to be more of a passively held, calming yin sequence. Yin yoga is one of my absolute favorite forms of yoga. Traditionally, poses are held anywhere between 2 to 15 minutes, and it helps us access our deep fascia, or the deep connective tissues that flow and connect every organ, every muscle, all of the tissues, everything in our body. So it's a really great sequence to bring everything together. So today we're going to start off in our comfortable seated position, or Sukhasana. Wherever you do land, I highly suggest elevating the hips on a blanket, a block, or a bolster. And if you're at home, maybe some pillows. You're going to ground down, even weight distribution between both legs and your hips. Your spine stretches long and tall to the ceiling. Slight tuck of the chin, that'll help elongate the cervical spine as well. Eyes can be gently closed or softly gazing at a point in front of you. Ground down through your seat while lifting up through the spine and through the crown. Softening your belly here. Noticing your breath without making any changes. Noticing areas of spaciousness. Noticing any areas of tension. Maybe sending a little extra love to those tense, tight areas. Your next inhale, sending the breath to the low lungs, belly expanding out. Exhale, pulls everything into center. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, navel gently hugs into the spine. Inhale, sending the breath to the low lungs. Exhale, pulling it back into center, squeezing out all of that stale air, stale energy. Continuing at your own pace with our deep belly breaths. Inhaling fully. Exhaling fully. On your next inhale, maybe the breath travels up to the ribs, maybe to the chest. Exhale, fully deflating, chest, ribs, belly hugs in. Inhale, low lungs, ribs expand, bringing the breath up under the collarbones. Exhale, slowly deflating, slowly hugging back in. Continuing with our 3-part Dirga breath, our long breath. Deep, full inhales, reaching under the collarbones all the way up through the chest. Deep, full exhales, hugging everything in, pushing out any stale energy, any stale air. Continuing at your own pace here. Coming back to our normal breath. Inhale, arms up, overhead, hands come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Welcoming yourself to your space, to your mat. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, left hand drops beside you. Fingertips slowly walk out as you bend over to the left hand side, pushing down into the right hip. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, right hand drops down, left finger slowly walk out, grounding down into the left hip, feeling the stretch in the left side body. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, right hand drops back behind you. Left hand can come somewhere to the right thigh. Before twisting fully, inhale, keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips, growing the spine tall. Exhale, we twist from the chest. Maybe the gaze follows. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, left hand drops back behind you. Right hand comes to the left thigh. Before twisting, find length, grow tall. Exhaling, twisting with the chest, maybe the gaze follows. Inhale, both arms up overhead, stretch it out, relaxing the shoulders down the back, opening the fingers wide, making a fist. Opening them wide, making a fist. Opening them, closing, faster. Fast as you can now. Couple more seconds here. Strengthening those wrist muscles. We're going to need them for our vinyasa. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out, shake it out. Circling the wrists in one direction and the other. Coming into our tabletop, up on our hands and knees. Moving any props out of the way, but we do want to keep them within arm's reach. Our blocks are going to be at the top of our yoga mat. Shoulders come over the wrist. Hips come over the knees. Dropping the belly, lifting the tailbones, lifting the gaze. Exhaling, pushing into the mat, rounding the spine. Head drops between the arms. Inhale, tailbone and gaze lift, belly drops. Exhale, pushing into the mat. Couple of cat-cows here. Wakening up the spine. Coming into a neutral position. Stepping the right foot forward in between the hands, grabbing a hold of our blocks. Before coming down, we're going to sit up a little bit. Slight tuck of the tailbone in a nice neutral position. Your core is activated. Your shoulders are stacked over your hips. Spine is tall. When you bend into your knee, think about shooting your hips forward, keeping the integrity of the spine. No slouching over. Bend into that knee. Hands come to the block. Feeling into the slow lunge. Inhale, arms up overhead. Grabbing hold of the left wrist, arcing over to the right side, stretching deeply into that hip flexor. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, hands come down to the blocks. Pushing into the right heel, straightening the right leg, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Shifting back into our low lunge, pulsing back and forth with our breath. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, straightening the leg, half split. Inhale, low lunge, shining the chest forward, melting the hips down. Exhale, straightening the right leg. One more time, inhale, low lunge. Maybe the gaze comes up. Exhale, pressing deeply into that right heel. Maybe it stretches out a couple of inches further. Relaxing here. Before coming back into our low lunge, blocks move to the side, hand prints down. Couple of cat-cows here, reset the spine. Feel the openness in the right hip flexor. Feel the difference between right side body, left side body. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward, reintroducing the blocks. Before coming into depth, coming up, pelvis is at neutral position, shoulders stacked over the hips. Think about shooting the hips forward as you bend into that knee. Deeply stretching that hip flexor. Inhale, arms up overhead. Grasping the right wrist, arcing over to the left-hand side, getting deeper into that stretch. Hips melt down. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, hands to blocks. Pressing into the left heel, straightening the leg. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Pulsing back and forth between our low lunge. Exhaling, half split. Staying up tall here, not collapsing. Integrity is kept in the spine. Last time, inhale, low lunge, chest shines forward, hips melt down. Exhale, pressing into that heel, maybe dragging it forward, getting a little bit deeper into that hamstring. Before coming back to your low lunge, moving the blocks off to the side, planting the hands, cat-cow here. Walking the hands a couple of inches forward. Fingers are spread wide. We're pressing into the fingers to take the pressure off of our wrist. Tucking the back toes, sending the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. This is our first down dog of the day. Be gentle. Bend into one knee, sending the other heel back. Repeat on the other side. This is called walking our dog. Pressing into the mat. Arms are strong, stretching out, feeling the stretch from the arms and the legs simultaneously. Coming up high onto the tippy toes, bending into the knees, sending the hips up and back, slowly dropping the heels down. Bringing the big toes to touch, shifting the weight into the left foot. Inhale, right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, tuck it in. Inhale, stretch the right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, pressing actively into the mat, pulling the knee into the chest. Last time, inhale, stretch it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, gently stepping the right foot forward. Left foot pivots to a 45-degree angle. Slight bend in that right knee. Set up your base. Inhale, coming up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Inhale, shifting the upper body forward. Arms come back behind you, nice and strong. Exhale, arms sweep up overhead, Warrior 1. Inhale, shifting forward, arms back. Exhale, strong up overhead. Last time, inhale, arms shift back, upper body shifts forward. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Keeping the arms up, pivoting to the ball of the left foot, bending into the left knee. Couple of pulses here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping a bend in that right knee. Left foot comes to meet it. Utkatasana, chair pose. Shifting your weight into your heels. Can you bend deeper? Inhale brings you to standing, hands to heart center. Deep exhale. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, pressing the hips forward, back bend. Inhale, come up, come out. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive. Hands plant down. Legs come back to plank. Inhale, shift forward, chaturanga. Nice and slow. Exhale, bhujangasana or cobra pose. Bending into the knees, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big toes come to touch. Shift the weight into the right foot. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, tuck the chin, bring it in. Inhale, stretches us up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, pressing actively into the mat, pulling the heel up. Inhale, stretch it out last time. Exhale, knee to nose, gently stepping forward. Back foot pivots down, 45-degree angle. Inhale, Warrior 1. Exhale, shifting the weight forward. Arms come back behind us, strong. Inhale brings us up. Exhale, shifting the upper body forward. Arms come back. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, shift, arms back. Inhale brings us back to our warrior one. Pivoting on the ball of the back foot. High lunge. Bending into both knees, pulsing down. 5, 4, nice and strong here. 3, 2, 1. Keeping the bend in the left knee. Right foot comes to meet it. Shifting the weight into the heels. Can you sink deeper? Utkatasana, chair pose. Coming up to stand. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, pressing the hips forward, back bend. Inhale, coming up to come out. Exhale, swan diving forward. Hands to the mat, stepping back plank. Inhale, shifting forward. Coming down, pulling the chest through. Bhujangasana, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Cleansing breath here. Deep breath into the nose. Large sigh out the mouth. Big toes come to touch. Shift the weight into the left foot. Inhale, right leg up and back. Bending into the knee this time, opening up the hip. Before stepping the right foot forward, pivoting the back foot, 90-degree angle, heel to heel alignment here. Inhale, arms up overhead to a T position. It's our warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. It's getting hot. Shoulders are stacked over those hips. Inhale, flip the front palm, stretch it forward, up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. One long line of energy from the tips of the fingers to the base of the foot. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straightening that front leg, sending and pulling the hips up and back, simultaneously pulling forward, dropping the right arm down, lifting the left up. Trikonasana is our triangle pose. Bending into the knee, dropping the left hand down, pivoting on the ball of the left foot, opening up into a twist. Staying strong on our left hand, pressing out of that shoulder girdle, rolling to the outer edge of the left foot. Vashisthasana, side plank. Right foot drops back behind us, rolling the chest open. Wild thing, Kamatkhasana. Inhale, back into our plank position. Staying up strong. Coming forward, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Woo! One more side. Big toes come to touch, shifting the weight into the right foot. Inhale, left leg up, bending into the knee. Open up the hip. Exhale, stepping forward, dropping that right foot back, 90-degree angle, heel to heel alignment. Inhale, arms up overhead. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Flipping the front arm. Inhale, arm up overhead. Back arm drops down. Reverse warrior. Exhale, left elbow to left thigh. Right hand up overhead. Side angle, Parsvakonasana. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, pulling those hips back. Straightening the front leg. Reaching forward with the left arm. Dropping that arm, lifting the right. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Bending into the front leg, planting the right hand down, opening up, twist. Transitioning to our side plank, pivoting on the outer edge of the right foot, using the core to lift up. Stepping the left leg back, opening the chest, wild thing. Back into our plank. This is our last flow, strong with it. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. Deep inhale in through the nose. Long sigh, exhale out the mouth. Coming down onto hands and knees. Shifting now to the yin portion of our class. Much needed, much deserved. Keeping the knees together, sitting back on the shins. We're going to go into an easy child's pose here. Keeping your blocks handy, you might need them. Slowly bringing the upper body down to lay on top of the thighs. Maybe introducing a block for under the head. Maybe you're able to come all the way down. Arms sweep around and rest beside the body. We're going to be here for about a minute. Lowering our heart rate. Softening the back body. Sending our breath into the low back of the lungs. Fully surrendering here. Integrating our practice thus far. Slowly coming up. Using your hands, push yourself up into the mat. We're going to be transitioning to our pigeon Kapotasana pose. Coming onto hands and knees. Keeping the blocks handy, we're going to need them. Bringing the right knee behind the right wrist. Dropping the hips down. Extending that left leg long behind you. I do highly suggest using your props here, maybe a blanket under the hips. I always use my blocks in pigeon. Remember, yin is not about chasing sensation, chasing depth. It's about finding your edge, not going past it, and being able to fully relax in the pose. Using your blocks, pushing into your blocks, extending your spine nice and long, crown of the head shines towards the ceiling. Maybe even introducing a back bend here. Finding length in your spine. Coming up, keeping that length you just found. Slowly bringing the upper body down to the mat. You could stay up on 2 blocks. My personal favorite is to stay on my forearms and just gently resting my head on a block. This allows me to fully relax my lower body. But you can come into whatever variation here that you like, that is comfortable for you, and that speaks to your body today. So we're going to be here for about 2 minutes. Make any final adjustments you need before dropping down fully. If you do have to come out, not a problem at all. Listen to and honor your body here. Deep inhales, full exhales. Gravity pulling you deeper into the pose the longer you're in it. We're here for 2 minutes. About halfway through, checking in. If you can remove a prop, feel free to. If you want to add more props, whatever your body's telling you, if you have to come up, come up. Listen to and honor your body where it's at today. One more minute, fully relaxing here. Using arm strength, slowly, no rush in between transitions, push your body up, coming back into a tabletop position, bringing the right knee to meet the left, taking any little movements here that you need to release the hip, sometimes coming into a child's pose, rippling forward, maybe into a cobra, maybe even doing some hip rotations here. Whatever you need to do to free up that hip before coming into the same position on the left side, left knee coming behind the left wrist, stretching that right leg out long behind you, keeping your props close, no shame in our prop game. Pushing into your props, even weight distribution between left side, right side hip, finding length in the spine, shining the crown up, maybe even taking a slight back bend here before coming down, dropping the chest, walking the hands or your blocks forward, taking whatever variation on this side you need, listening and honoring your body. Sometimes the left side does not want to do exactly what the right side did, and that's perfectly fine. Wherever you are, finding stillness, breathing fully, exhaling fully. Dropping down, we're here for about another minute and a half. Slowly coming up, pushing your hands into the mat, using arm strength here. Rolling onto the outer left hip, swinging the right leg out in front of you. Coming to sit, shifting forward. We're going to take a laying chest opener here, a supported fish, couple of different variations. My absolute favorite for yin is simply laying back on a bolster. You could also use 2 blocks and have 1 block behind your head, 1 block behind your upper back to support you. But this is my personal favorite for yin yoga because you can really, really relax. And if you don't have a bolster, don't worry. You can use a nice comfy pillow, a couple of pillows here, whatever you have is fine. Slowly rolling back onto whatever props you have. So a couple of variations with your legs. Legs could be stretched out long. My personal favorite is taking a cobbler's pose or bound angle of Baddha Konasana. That's bringing the feet to touch, opening up the hips. That way, this is also a hip opener as well as a chest opener. Arms come down beside you, relaxing fully, surrendering your weight into your props, into your mat. Inhaling, expanding your lungs fully, filling up your lungs. Exhaling deeply, pushing out all of that air. Gravity slowly bringing you deeper into the pose. We're here for 2 minutes. Slowly reawakening, using your arms to push the knees together if you are in that cobbler's pose. Planting the forearms down, tucking the chin, pushing into the arms to slowly come up, removing the props. Slowly and with control, laying back down, pulling the knees into the chest. Go ahead and drop your knees over to the left-hand side. Maybe the right arm stretches out long. Collarbones are facing toward the ceiling. We're taking a nice twist to release any additional tension that might be in our low back. A lot of chest and hip openers today. Always good to follow up with a twist or two. We're going to be here for about a minute on each side, so fully relax into the pose, keeping the right shoulder grounded into the mat, integrating your practice thus far. Deep inhales, full, slow exhales. Inhaling, hugging knees back into chest. Feeling into the right side, feeling into the left side, noticing any difference. Slowly dropping the knees down to the right side, reaching the left arm out, grounding the left shoulder down. Relaxing into this twist. Deep inhales, full exhales. Gravity pulling you deeper and deeper into your mat. Fully relaxing here. Inhale, pulling the knees back into chest, giving them a squeeze, one last squeeze into the center. Exhale, extending the legs and the arms out, coming into our final pose, our final resting pose, well-deserved Shavasana. Arms and legs stretch out away from the body. Palms can be up facing the ceiling. Back body grows heavy into the mat. Gravity pushing down. Relaxing all of the muscles of the face. Relaxing your arms, your hands, legs, feet all grow heavy. Anchoring yourself to this very moment with your breath. Letting thoughts float away like they're clouds out of your vision. Being present, being here. Deepening your breath to wake the body back up. Introducing micro movements into the fingers and the toes. Extending into wrists, ankles. Inhale, arms stretch up overhead. Full body stretch from the tips of the fingers all the way to the tips of the toes. Exhale, hugging in the knees. Rolling over onto one side. Pushing into the mat to gently bring yourself up to a seated position. Inhale, arms up overhead, hands come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, chin up, gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, coming up to center. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's practice as much as I did. Namaste.